The Philadelphia Eagles Eagles are going to the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years after earning a 55-23 win over the Washington Commanders in the 2025 NFC Championship game. Philadelphia's offense was firing on all cylinders during their blowout win. Saquon Barkley was predictably the driving force of the Eagles' offensive success, taking his first carry of the game 60 yards for a touchdown and racking up 118 rushing yards and 3 scores for the day. Jalen Hurts also enjoyed his best game of the playoffs to date, despite dealing with a knee injury and uncertainty at center with both Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson banged up. Hurts was efficient through the air. He completed 20 of 28 passes for 246 yards and a touchdown while getting A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert involved early and often in the contest. On the ground, Hurts didn't have his same typical level of mobility, but still he found a way to impact the game with his legs, logging a 9-yard touchdown run on a designed quarterback draw and continuing to operate the tush push with high-end success. He finished the day with 16 yards on 10 carries, but, like Barkley, scored on the ground 3 times. The Washington Commanders struggled to keep pace with Philadelphia's offense despite another solid effort from Jaden Daniels. The rookie led the Commanders in passing, 255 yards, and rushing 48, but saw his supporting cast let him down at key moments throughout the game. The Commanders lost a turnover battle to the Eagles 4-0, but Daniels was responsible for one, a fourth-quarter interception that occurred with Washington trailing by 25 points. But the team's 3 fumbles were what ultimately undid them. Brown, McNichols, and Eckler all put the ball on the ground. The Eagles recovered each fumble and turned them into 7 points apiece. That allowed Philadelphia to pull away from Washington, especially McNichols' late first-half gaffe, which allowed the Eagles to build a 15-point lead they would never relinquish. As a result, Philadelphia won the rubber match between the NFC East rivals. The Eagles will now look to win their second Super Bowl in franchise history, while the Commanders head into the offseason looking to fortify a roster that surprisingly made an NFC Championship game run. And Jaden Daniels, sophomore slump? I think not. If you watch that game, the Eagles looked dominant. They saved their best offensive game for the game they needed the most to get into the Super Bowl. Offensive coordinator Kellen Moore came out the bag and was picking plays left and right that had the Eagles score 55 points, the most ever in a conference championship game. The Chiefs, yes, they're going for a three-peat, but the Eagles look hot. Saquon Barkley is going to rush it down their throats. And I don't know who I'm going to pick yet, but the Eagles have a great shot at winning the big game versus the Chiefs in New Orleans. And we will see what happens next. Comment below. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? The Kansas City Chiefs or the Philadelphia Eagles? Eagles! I know who America's rooting for. Anyone but the Chiefs. Wink.